James Smith here, the Tattoo Butcher. Today we're going to be doing a smoked cheese chorizo using Culleys Hickory barbecue sauce, one of my favourite barbecue sauces, and we're going to be doing a step-by-step guide on how to link sausages as well and fill them. So the most important part about having a good chorizo is the right consistent mix. Today obviously we're using a pork mince. I like to use around 60% a lean pork trim and then 40% more fatty trim. So today I have used 1/3 of pork cheeks, which I find in my mind are one of the tastiest parts of the pig. So incorporating that into my mince trim is just going to add a lot more flavour and a lot more tenderness. It's going to be really nice and juicy, okay, which is really important in a good sausage. If you don't have enough fat, it's going to be quite dry, and we don't want that. So and a little bit flavourless as well. So today's recipe, I've kept it very simple. It's a very basic chorizo sausage using obviously the very nice Culleys Hickory barbecue sauce, which gives it that nice kind of smoky flavour. And I'm using a smoked cheddar, and we're also using cayenne pepper, salt, pepper and smoked paprika. So again, it is a very basic kind of recipe. In my mind, less is more, so I don't like to overdo it with flavours. I like to really taste the meat. So we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to start mixing everything through. So using the Culleys Hickory barbecue sauce, it's going to give us a nice little bit of moisture, and it's going to help bind that meat together when we mix it through with our hands. Having enough moisture is really important. We need that mince to bind together. If it doesn't bind together, the sausage is going to crumble when we cook it, which is one of the main things. So the next step is probably one of the most important steps. Again, mixing this through thoroughly is very important. If we don't mix through, like I said, the mix is not going to bind through. So I'd recommend mixing for a good 4 to 5 minutes. And make sure that mix is consistently mixed through. If you have a mixer at home, use that. Otherwise, the good old-fashioned way of doing it with your hands is never a bad thing. And man, those smells from the hickory barbecue sauce are just awesome. Makes you hungry just thinking about it when you're mixing through. So once we've mixed our mix together for a good 5 minutes and it's really started to bind together, we're going to put it inside our filler. Now the best thing to do when you're filling, if you've got a sausage filler like this, is just run a little bit of water through the inside of it. I've done that earlier, so we're good there. And then all we want to do is get our mix, and we want to pack it in really tightly. So we want to avoid any air bubbles, so just make sure that everything is pressed in nice and firm, nice and tight. So before we tie the end of our skins, we just want to run and push through any air that's already inside of that a little end there. So we're just going to feed our filler all the way through until our sausage meat comes out the end. As soon as you hear it, probably slow it down a little bit. We don't want to waste too much mix. Cool. And then all we want to do is take the end of our skin and loop it around and tie a knot there. Cool. And then pull it nice and tight. Then all we want to do is run them out. We just need a little bit of tension on the skins, just so we're filling them without getting that air in there. And we don't want to overfill our sausages as well. If we overfill them, we're going to have trouble linking, and we're going to burst through our skins. So just a little bit of tension like I'm doing. Ideally you want a stainless bench so that when we're filling our sausages they kind of slide off. Today we're just using a wooden bench with a bit of water on it. Cool. That's all we want to do. Cool, and then we're good to link. Just make sure your sausages aren't tangled up before you link them. So when you're linking your sausages, with the chorizo, I usually like to keep a little bit longer smoking it. Otherwise, opposed to a normal sausage, we're usually trying to get a dozen to a kilo, but we're making these ones just a little bit longer today. So with our linking, our first stage, we want to pinch the length that we want. So we've got one length there. We're just going to pinch. Then all I'm going to do is double that up. So I want twice the length. So basically, where I'm pinching it, we want our sausages about that length. So all I'm going to do is pinch them together and twist. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is feed my sausages through, again, the same length. If you've done it right, we're about there. We're going to press together, and they should all be the same length. And then we're just going to feed that back through. Okay. We're just going to repeat that process. So we're tying these in threes. So this is your traditional style of linking sausages. And then we're going to twist. And then again, feeding, pressing down, and just feeding them through. Okay. Again, twisting. Last one. Twisting back. And then there we have it. Our very own smoked chorizo sausages. Cool. And generally I like to hang my sausages for up to 24 hours, 12 hours minimum. Usually give them a good day. It lets everything lets all the flavour soaks in, lets the sausages really kind of firm up. Otherwise, if you're trying to cook them straight off the bat, they can be a bit sloppy. So definitely hang them and get them a little bit dry, a little bit more flavour in them. So today for the cooking, I'm using my Charmate Lawson Smoker. So with the sausages and smoking them, it's a great way of utilising your heat by throwing these on at the same time. You want to cook them around that 150-degree temperature. So today I've done pulled pork. I'm cooking for 7 hours. I've also thrown in the sausages for that extra 2 hours, and they're a great little sideline snack. And with a smoker like this, they're so great, they're so efficient. We really utilise all that heat. So again, that's the main thing. And after 2 hours, we're looking really good. The sausages have got a lot of flavour in them. I usually like to add a few wood chips to my heat beads. And it also just adds a lot more flavour to it. And we've got a nice looking tasty chorizo there that's going to have a lot of flavour. So there we have it, my smoked cheese chorizo sausages with the Culleys Hickory barbecue sauce in them. Cook time, guys, for those is around 2 hours. I always cook at around 150 degrees when I'm doing my low and slow cooks. So I find these fit in perfect. If I just put them on, just keep an eye on them every hour or so and flip them over. They're beautiful, really easy and really tasty.